I'm sat in the very corner of my sewing room today, the embroidery corner, because quite frankly, the rest of the room is an utter tip. And where I normally sit to tell you all about the things I've been sewing during the week and what I've been up to, it was so bad. I thought I'm going to waste so much time tidying that. I'm just going to hide over here. What have I got to talk to you about on this week's hashtag Friday Sews? I have some pyjamas, but then a lot of half-made things, and I don't think I've ever done that on my channel. It's been a manic week. So my name is Carole. Thank you so much for joining me in my little nook of the very messy sewing room this week. Hashtag Friday Sews was of course started by the lovely Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. And I had a Zoom call with her and Trish from Pinky's Farm this week. It's been a long time since we've got together. So we had a couple of hours talking about everything. What was the one topic we didn't talk about? Guess? Sewing. I don't think, apart from saying what are you working on, but then we just skip over that and talk about the world. So yes, what have I done this week? I have made some pyjamas. Now that's what I wanted to make for myself. And yes, I know last week I made some sort of pyjama bottoms, but what I meant really, they was kind of loungewear. These are pajamas to sleep in. So I'm going to start with those because those are the completed things this week, and the rest I shall tell you about. I've got a bit of crochet and some clothes to go on the crochet. I've got a package from a lovely friend over the pond in America, the lovely Deb from Deb's Way. That arrived this week. I've got a half-made pair of Landa pants, but I want to show you actually because I put the zip in and they're kind of half-made, so it might give you an idea of how the zip goes in. So I hope you'll enjoy it. Anyway, let's just start on and talk about the pyjamas. So this was out of, I know it's a little bit young for me, but it was stars and it was pink, and I thought it was kind of very, not Christmassy, but certainly apt for this time of year. Now, for the top, I've got this is top and bottom, but I'm not keen on the top. I haven't ever made the top because there's no sleeves, and it's quite a swing top. If I show you there, you see what I mean? It's kind of, it just looks weird. I'll have a go at that in the summer though. But for the top, I use McCalls 7515, and it is quite cropped. I don't know if you can see that, but I always put 2 inches on there. So I just made that one up. So that's lovely and simple to do. There we go. What can you say about that? Done on the cover stitch, the hems, nice straight size, no fitting worries. Beautiful cotton jersey. Can I remember where I got it from? No. And the trousers. Now I love, so the pair of trousers I used last week, I'll put the number down below. I really like, but they are slightly tighter fitting. These, which I've made before, Simplicity 9020, are slightly wider, so they're not like leggings almost. So these are a bit wider, especially at the bottom. They've got a little pocket. I actually put that on this time. I didn't bother last time. So here we go. Now, one thing I haven't done yet is I normally put a button, I think I talked about that last week as well, in there, but I haven't yet, and I'm not sure I need it if I've got the pocket on the front, but there we go. So here they are. They have my soft elastic in there, which I've had to order some more of now. It's called Plushback elastic. It's lovely. So normal pyjamas, I did put a knitted cuff on the end, and very sadly I only had white, which does make it stand out a bit, but actually having the knitted cuff rather than using this as a cuff just makes it a bit softer and easier to put on and off. So there we go. What can we say that I didn't say about pyjamas last week? I have this lovely little pocket here. Will I put anything in it? No, I won't. But I'm really pleased, and I'm glad I've shown you them because now I can wear them. So I will try that. I will try that top in the summer because I know I think my friend Trish from Pinky's Farm has tried it. I've also got a nice little pair of shorts, so that would be nice, I think, for summer shorts. It has a sleep mask and a scrunchie. Why did I not realise there was a scrunchie pattern? Now, actually, I'll tell you about this. I had some fabric left over last week and I was going to make some scrunchies, and I've made them before, but I thought I'd go down a rabbit hole looking at all the different ways to make scrunchies. I didn't have much success. One was giant and one was quite thin. So maybe I'll try that. And also the different methods of putting the elastic in. Some of them were so complicated, overcomplicated. But yeah, I'm going to have a look at that later when I finish filming. So that's the completed stuff this week. Now let's talk about the land pants, I think. So these are by True Bias and they are out of the black denim. Now I've been wanting to make these for weeks. I'm annoyed they're not finished, but I'm hoping I will get them finished because I want them for the weekend. So I don't bother with the instructions because I'm putting a zip in rather than the button fly. The good thing about it is this pattern contains all the pieces you need for a button fly. So you've got the fly front, the fly shield, so everything is there. You just need to add the zip and just ignore the instructions. So I even put them together very differently. So ignore the fact I've just put the inside legs on. To start with, I just get the two fronts and I just sew a little bit here, and then I'm just working with this piece rather than trying to work with everything. So as you can see, they're looking good. They got the pockets on and the pockets are lined. But what have we got? We've got the zip. So the zip is in. Now, obviously that will close more when you've got the waistband on, but the zip works. So if I show you the back, obviously we've got tailor tacks, we've got everything not neatened, but so you attach half of the zip to the fly front, which you're attaching on, and then you're folding back. And then you attach the other half to the front. You would fold that, the seam allowance in, and then you attach that there. And then you have the fly shield that sits on the back, and then you sew again down that line there. So it's sort of all attached. That eventually the fly front will attach to the fly shield, so it's all sort of together. At the moment, as you can see, it's separate, but it does work. It's looking good. You always have a slight bit of an overlap. It's on the edge. I'm hoping with the waistband it'll come right over, but it's not bad at all. And then I've kind of top stitched that bit there. So they're looking good. They're not looking like a pair of trousers though at the moment. Let's see if I can make them look like a pair of trousers. There you go. So I have made a smaller size this time because the others, they allow for an inch either side. You sew an inch, you baste an inch, and then you play around with the sizing. I thought that was a bit of a waste of it. It's waste of time, waste of fabric. So because I've made them before, I have used the size smaller. So I'm hoping I won't have to use and waste an inch of fabric either side. So I really want to get this finished. So of course I will be reporting back to you when they are finished, probably next week. One thing I will say this week is, pattern designers, don't worry, I am never going to take over your jobs, because I have had so much hassle trying to make patterns for this crochet bunny. So I have finished this crochet bunny. Let me undress her and then I will show you. This is, I'll backtrack on the story. I made this crochet bunny for my granddaughter, and I put a little, this is how it's meant to be, but I didn't like it. So I put a little ballet skirt on, and that went off to my granddaughter. Now my son did ask me if I could make some more clothes. I couldn't work out how on earth I could make the clothes when I didn't actually have the doll. So I crocheted another of these dolls. I made it slightly different. The other one had a pink headband, so I put a little blue headband on this one and made it in slightly darker. As you can see, it's very cute. Now, the other one I made a little pink skirt, so I thought to go with the blue band, let's make a little blue skirt. because I just didn't like the fact it was naked. So that's why I made the little skirt in the beginning. Easy. That went swimmingly. So that was just a bit of quilting fabric, but a bit of bias top and bottom. And it looks like a little tutu. So I'm really happy with that. But what my son wanted me to make was some clothes for this. Honestly, I've done so many trials of tops and things on this creature. I've come up with something, and I'll show you what I've come up with. So my idea was just to make some tops and some trousers. I'll talk to you as I dress her, but it's hard. It's really, really hard. And I do have some doll clothes because I did make a doll a while ago, but they're just too big, and I thought it would be simple, and it isn't. But we have a successful little top now after much trial and error. And then I made a pair of little jeans. I'll show you the patterns in a minute. And honestly, I pinned this thing down and just sort of drew around her and kind of worked from there, because we kind of know what shapes are, don't we? What trouser shapes should be like. I hope my granddaughter could put the trousers on, or it'll be my son or my daughter-in-law. So here we go. We have a little pair of jeans. It's not very flattering. I hope my lander pants come out back and looking better than that. But there you go. There's her little top to go over it. And I've just put Velcro on the back. So that is one outfit. And I think going forward, those are the measurements I'm going to use. What I will probably do is make a dress and just add a bit of a ruffle there to make a dress. And I'll show you the patterns. This is the trouser piece. So obviously I'm just going to make 2 of those. That's the little leg bit. And the top, I've just cut some more bits out, but you've got the top, which is cut on the front. If I open it out to show you. I must admit, I've had a great time going through my scrap bin for this, my quilted scraps. So yeah, we've got a little top and then the back. So that'll go with the jeans as well. Maybe I'm hoping I can make another pair of trousers, so you've got enough for both of these little crochet bunnies. But this took a long time, far longer than you think, because yes, it's all little seams, but it is so fiddly. But we got there in the end, so I'm hoping she'll like it, because it's got to go to see her at the weekend. So just now I've fine-tuned the pattern, I'm just going to finish off making a couple more things and then we'll be done. I've just looked down at me and I've got all bits of thread on me. Oh dear, we're not sewists, are we, if we don't have bits of thread on? I have used my embroidery machine this week. My son casually mentioned to me that he really liked a embroidery design I did on a t-shirt. I think I made the t-shirt for him a couple of years ago when I got my first machine. The design was sent to me by Adam, very kindly, Adam Sews. He'd recently got the embroidery module and he wanted Mustang, the car logo, for his dad, and he sent it to me as well because my son loves Mustangs. So that is the design. So I tested it out on the new machine to check it would all come across. Luckily I had it on the USB stick so I could still stick it in there. But I'm afraid it's a bought t-shirt because time is just too short, isn't it? So, but I put it on this grey t-shirt and it's come out really, really well. I didn't know how the dark of the horse would come out, but I really like that. He's gonna love that. So I was really happy that that came out okay, and also I transferred it into the new machine. So that was good. Now, have we all been watching Vlogmas? I have. I must admit, I'm only watching a few this year, but I've really enjoyed the ones I've been watching. And I do love watching the advent calendars and seeing what they get. I have had a different advent calendar this year, one that I've absolutely loved, and it's been a jigsaw one. Now, if I show you, so I first of all bought a 12-day one, but by day 12, the 12th of December, I loved it so much, I got to the other version they do. Now, they're not cheap, but these will go away and they'll come out year after year after year. So they're the Wentworth jigsaws that I love, made in England, the wooden jigsaws with the different pieces. But every day you have a little 40-piece jigsaw to do. So you can see I've done quite a few. I've only got a few left. I'll put the picture up of all the ones that I've done. Now, why do I like these? Well, I love the fact that just for a few moments, they vary in difficulty, but just sort of 30 minutes or something, my husband will come along and he'll help me, or I'll just sit there quietly doing it. And it's a kind of chilled, all you're thinking about is a jigsaw, even if it's just for half an hour, 15 minutes, however long they take you. One took me a long time, but it's been great. And the grandsons love doing it with me and still getting them out. So this is an investment, I have to say. So I've got 12 days under 12 days. So I'm covered for many years to come. But I just thought I'd let you know that the advent calendar I've been working on. Now, let me share with you, if you will, a lovely box of gifts that I received from Deb, from Deb's Way. Now, Deb no longer, her channel's still there, but she doesn't do videos anymore. Life has just got a bit too busy for her. She's still sewing, which is amazing. And she still goes to her classes in a shop, the sewing studio, which I have actually met her there a couple of times. We've been shopping there together, which is amazing. And I have met the lovely Deb a couple of times. So she sent me some gifts. So if I just share with you quickly what she sent me. She knows we get cold over here. She's had lots of holidays in England, so she knows our weather. So she sent me the softest socks. Aren't they just gorgeous? They will be warm, believe me. She also sent, they've got a little package here, and in it is a needle threader. But look, it's a little kind of a Singer mannequin. So that's the one with a little hook, and then you can thread needles. And thank you, Deb. Yes, my eyesight is getting worse and worse. So that was super. She sent me one of these. Now, she said it was a jar opener. Now, I know it's a jar opener because I made something very similar a couple of months ago, but it wasn't as nice as this. It really wasn't. This stuff she's got hold of was lovely. And what I like about it is you can see the design underneath. So I'm going to copy this, Deb, because this is far nicer than mine. I loved that bubble stuff. I'm going to have to look for some better stuff. But yeah, obviously you put it over the top of a jar and it helps you open a jar. Oh, I can demonstrate it on this. It's brilliant. I mean, obviously this isn't a stiff jar, but it's the grippy stuff. So couldn't be more perfect. Thank you very much. Look at this. It's a tin. You get the coolest post-it notes over in America, I have to say. All these little post-it notes, all different sizes. I haven't seen anything like that. That's marvellous in a tin. She also sent me some candy canes, which is awesome because she sent me some last year and my grandsons absolutely loved them. And another thing, these mini gingerbread man, and we all shared those last year. So I am... mini ginger man. We call them gingerbread men. So that's interesting. And of course I have a lovely card from her. Lovely. Look at that. Very Christmassy card. So just thank you so much, Deb. We all say it on all our channels, but the sewing community is just the most generous and the best. And I just love being part of it. Found something else in the bottom. Tailor chalk. Oh my goodness. But look, if I won't open it now, but 4 different colours. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because of all the marking things, I tend to use tailor tacks, but of all the marking tools I do need, and for quilting or marking, I do use tailor chalk. So that is amazing. Thank you so much to everybody that watched my makes video this week. So I showed off all my autumn makes. So I think there was about 17 garments there. I know it's a lot, but honestly, it's given me the best autumn wardrobe. I'm so glad that even though I don't plan to have any capsule wardrobes, all of them work together. So that's brilliant. And of course, my Christmas dress was there, which I will be wearing next week. What am I wearing today? I'm actually wearing the Style Arc Sunny top in this really soft kind of polyester thing. I just wanted to wear something plain to show off this this isn't a Christmas star, it's an Edelweiss, and we used to go on holiday to Austria every year, and it's about this time of year that I wear it because it reminds me of the Austrians. Sort of, we've been there for Christmas one year and it's just stunning, so I tend to wear it at this time of year. But that's what I'm wearing today. Now, in that makes video, I showed one pattern and 4 garments made from that pattern. But one of them was that sweatshirt, that it was a greeny sweatshirt, and I put a little pocket on the side. Now, I really loved that, and when I was sort of putting everything away, I thought I could really do with another one of those. It's just so useful, and I fancied a pink one. So I managed to pick up this week some of this, is it dusky pink, but it's got the flecks of the colour in. It's not sparkly, it's just got the flecks of different colour. So I managed to pick that up, and some ribbing from So. Now, this is a company that I only discovered because I won that Gift to November challenge. Honestly, the fabric is amazing, and the service that I got from the lovely Katie it's out of this world, because I messed around with the pattern and I tried to message her, then I deleted the message, and she came back to me straight away and said, anything you need, and she was brilliant. And I said, well, I want to know what cuffing will go with that, and honestly, so helpful. So that will be my go-to company this year going forward. Going forward into 2026, because I'm definitely going to keep my eye out, because the service was amazing. So I'll put the link down below to her website, but it's so. But yes, so hopefully I will make another one of those sweatshirts with pockets. Be very boring viewing for you before, because you've seen it before, but I just fancied a pink one. So what will I be doing next week? Well, as we all know, it's Christmas next week. So obviously we got Christmas Day on Thursday, and then Friday is Boxing Day in the UK, so that's a day's holiday. May not put a Friday sews out next Friday. I might creep it forward to the Saturday, and I don't think I've ever done that. So it might be on Saturday next week, but I will definitely come to you, because I want to show you those finished underpants. That would be amazing. Now, why is it been busy this week? Well, I had my orchestra concert on Monday, my grandson's nativity on the Tuesday. Wednesday, it was my other grandson's little performance in the local church. We ended up being out and about all weekend, so I barely had time to sew, and we babysat as well. So I haven't had much time in here. This weekend we're also away. We're going to see my son and my daughter-in-law and granddaughter, hence the bunny. So yeah, it's busy. I think Monday and Tuesday will be quiet, but Christmas Day, what are we doing Christmas Day? My daughter is hosting for the first time ever, so I'm really excited for Christmas this year, because it's always me hosting. But this year we're going round to her house, which is going to be brilliant. So what photos will I leave you with? Well, we did a couple of good walks at the weekend. I did a walk with the Ramblers on Tuesday, and we went over into the New Forest, and we saw a herd of about 50 to 60 deer. Now, they're quite often in this place, so we were kind of expected to come across them. But oh my word, so it's not a farm, they are wild, and it was an incredible sight. I tried to take some footage of it. Obviously, it's from quite a distance. But I did take a photo of the stag. There was one stag there with the most amazing antlers. So I managed to collect that, and then they all ran off. So I'll put that footage in. We also did a beach walk because it was beautiful on Saturday. So we did a walk along the coast, and that was super. So yeah, I've got some photos for you as ever. I've got a mushroom photo, I'm so sorry, but we came across this tree with millions of mushrooms on it, and it was like a little village. Well, more than a village, it was like a city of mushrooms. So I will put that in. And I said there would be no more. All that's left to say is have a very Merry Christmas, everybody, and I wish you a very happy and healthy 26. If I don't see you next week, I'll be here, but just in case you're busy. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all my subscribers. For anybody new or that's been around from the beginning, I really appreciate you. It's 2025 has been quite a bumpy year for my channel, so I really appreciate all your kind feedback and just sticking with me. Thank you again. Bye for now, and happy sewing.